Hi, I'm Angelo Mina. I'm from Alexa Real Estate. Today we're going to be talking about COVID-19. The situation that we've been experiencing in the last 2 months has been unprecedented and has put a lot of stress on individuals as well as businesses. And today we're going to have a look at the stimulus packages that the government's put in place to be able to assist the individuals as well as businesses to hopefully get through this and be able to continue business moving forward. The information we're going to go through today isn't financial information, so if you're planning on making any decisions of a financial nature, speak to your financial professional about that. Today we're going to be speaking to our accountant, George Zajkov from ADS Accountants, who's going to tell us more about the stimulus packages and how they may be able to assist us. All right, George, thanks for making the time to speak with us today. Let's get straight into it, and you can tell us how an accountant sees COVID-19.
Thanks, Angelo. First of all, I want to go through the coronavirus supplement package. It's available to all casuals, sole traders and self-employed. The main criteria here is if your income has dropped below $1,075 a fortnight, you've got the opportunity to apply. This is through Centrelink and the MyGov website for government job seeker payments. So in this category you would fit into three potential areas, and they are the youth allowance or job seeker or the old New Start allowance, and thirdly a parenting payment as well. So depending on your age and situation, you would fit into one of those three criteria, and this package is available for a limited amount of time of 6 months. So just bearing in mind that if you're making less than $1,075 a fortnight. Early release superannuation, so there's an opportunity for people that have experienced a drop in their hours worked of 20%, or if you're self-employed and you're experiencing a drop of income of 20%, you have the opportunity to apply for early release of superannuation money. This is capped at $10,000 by 30 June this year. And also it's followed by a second lot of superannuation release in the following first 3 months of the next financial year, which ends September, for a further $10,000. Now, this superannuation money that comes to the individual, it's tax-free. So there's no tax on that, no matter what your age is. And application here is made through the ATO website. So you don't go to the super funds, you go to the ATO on this one.
And that would be something you really want to think about, because what maybe $10,000-$20,000 now could be a lot more money in the years to come.
Exactly. So if the money's in the super fund, it's got an opportunity to rebound and grow. But I guess if you take it out now, you sort of lock it in at whatever losses are made at the moment. In a boost of cash for employers, the government is paying for business employees the pay-as-you-go withholding tax for business employees. And this scheme is going to be backdated from January this year, running right through to September. You don't need to do anything special here. You just basically lodge your BAS statements in a normal way, and the credits in this regard will be coming out from late April. And those employers that have employees that don't have any pay-as-you-go withholding, they also are not left out of this. They too, even though there's no pay-as-you-go withholding, but they are employees as such, they still have availability of some sort of credit to the tune of at least $10,000. Another type of assistance the government is offering is for those employees that are either apprentices or trainees. The government is offering a 50% of wages to be reimbursed to the employer for these apprentices or trainees, up to the value of $21,000 per apprentice trainee, and this will run between January and September this year. And bearing in mind in this one, you can undertake new trainees into your business. There's also a job keeper payment, and this is different to the job seeker, but job keeper payment, and this is where you register your interest and you apply through the tax office, and it's not through Centrelink, it's through the tax office, and this is available for employers that are experiencing or going to experience a significant drop in their business turnover. So mind you, it is turnover and not profit. So it's purely the income or sales revenue, and the turnover has to be it's set at least 30%. So if you experience a drop in turnover of at least 30%, you're eligible for the job keeper. And under this scheme, the government will pay the business's employees to the tune of $1,500 a fortnight, and check for eligibility of which employees they are. And if you're self-employed and you don't have employees, you too will also be eligible for the JobKeeper payment. For business investment, the government is allowing for the purchase of any new or second-hand assets that the business may need up until 30 June this year. To the value of $150,000, you get an instant asset write-off, which means a full depreciation in the books as an expense for purchase of assets. Now mind you, the assets that we're talking about are things like cars, trucks that are used in the business, and also other things like, well, computers, furniture, and the like. But it doesn't extend to other types of assets that are like buildings, sheds, pergolas. They're different type of assets that don't come under this instant asset write-off. There's a further asset write-off that you can buy something extending to 30 June 2021, and they are for specifically only new assets, and you get a 50% write-off in that case. There's also a coronavirus guarantee scheme where the government will guarantee funding for business loans up to $250,000, and they provide 50% of the loan as unsecured government backed. And these type of loans will be in existence for up to 3 years, and there is a 6-month holiday on repayments for these loans. So I recommend you talk to your banks and mortgage providers for this. And finally, there's a quick access to extra credit available for another period of 6 months where businesses can apply for new credit or extending or increasing their existing credit loans to help with the cash flow over the next 6 months. So I hope this has given you some sort of an insight into what packages are available for this coronavirus government stimulus. If you've got any further questions, feel free to give me a call. You should have my details at the bottom of the screen. Thank you.
All right, thanks for making the time to speak with us today, George.